Val, wasn't in the beginning of the pod today, wasn't he a little bickerer?
What were we bickering about?
He wasn't a little bickering Becky?
No, I wasn't a bickering Becky.
Dude, I thought you were being a little bickering Becky earlier.
I was not being a bickering
I
Becky.
want the fans to know. Anybody who's a fan would be like, yeah, Simon was kind of being a little bickering Becky.
Well, now they're going to say it because it's funny to say it. You stacked the deck against me.
I did not say that.
You absolutely
You're being a
stacked
bickering
I'm
Becky.
not
Right
being
now, you're being bickering
right
Becky.
now, I'm definitely being a bickering Becky. Right now, I'm 100% being a bickering Becky. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ehsan. I got some dates. June 12th through 13th, I'll be at the Deaf Puppy Comedy Club in Manteca. August 29th or 30th, I will be at a comedy festival in Bend, Oregon, headlining there. And then Deric and I will be co-headlining September 4th, Ontario Improv, September 10th, Irvine Improv, and September 20th, Detroit House of Comedy. So get your tickets now, and you'll see us.
Hi, guys. For me, pretty simple. I'll be everywhere with a sign that he said. June 27th, 28th, I'll be in Janesville, Wisconsin at the Comedy Cabin. And July 11th and 12th, I'll be in Memphis, Tennessee doing a couple Don't Tell shows there. So I don't know where they'll be. But if you look up Don't Tell Memphis, Tennessee, July 11th and 12th, get those tickets. I'll be headlining. And thank you guys so much. Watch my Don't Tell comedy special. It's out. Watch my appearance on JRE and enjoy the show.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you just love watching TV for those 2 hours?
Yeah.
That's what I would do as a kid. I remember doing
Sports
that.
Center Top 10s, baby.
Sports Center Top 10 and SpongeBob.
I didn't watch SpongeBob in the morning.
I'm good. Arthur in the morning. There was a lot of there were more. I'd say there was things. There was like, no, I'm waking up for this. I'm waking up to get me some Arthur in. What does he watch? Last question.
Teenage Mutant Turtles.
The classic or the new ones? He's just watching. Is it on Netflix or is it on YouTube? What's he watching on?
It's on Disney, maybe? I don't remember what it was on.
But he's streaming it. It's not like regular television.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's watching. I don't think kids are watching live TV like that.
Yeah.
anymore.
So that's what a nice option as a kid that you can watch whatever you want. Because for
Yeah.
us that wasn't. It was
No.
whatever's on.
They're spoiled, though. They don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better. I think it creates like too much division. Like you see how much you guys can relate to like people your age just because of shows you watch growing up.
I agree.
Yeah, just because we both were like sports in our top 10
Sports Center
before.
Top 10. When I said Arthur, you were like Arthur. I saw your eyes like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched a
you
lot of
remember
that.
yourself.
Yeah, but if you're a kid now, you're not watching the same things that everyone else is
Maybe
watching.
your friend group, but that's it. You're watching the
Yeah.
same group as your friend group, but it used to be like, no, even people that weren't your friends. You could be like, hey, bro, did you watch Sports Center Top 10? They'd be like, yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
No.
The nicety of being able to turn on TV and not pick something.
Oh, they'll never understand.
Yeah.
The youth will never understand.
How nice that was.
It was
Like
the
it's out
best.
of my hands.
Because now it's so hard.
Well, now so much of your time is spent scrolling, looking for something.
That a lot of times I just end up going, fuck it, I'll just stay on my phone on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever. Like,
Right.
this is enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch a show.
Well, TikTok and the algorithm, you don't choose what you. I mean, it tailors itself to you,
Yeah.
but you're not physically choosing to watch it. You open your algorithm and it just shows you what it thinks you like.
It's why I think kids care about that. But that's their TV now.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
It just makes more sense. It's like, yo, don't make me choose.
Yeah, when you choose, you have that many options to choose from. You end up, like you said, choosing nothing. You're
Nothing. And also, it means nothing matters. If everything is available, then nothing's available. Like, nothing matters. You're making that's why it's so hard to have like a cultural thing, a show or thing that everyone's talking about now.
Yeah,
It's a lot harder to do.
Everyone's talking about the closest thing we've had recently. I mean, I think just cultural phenomenon shows. This year White Lotus. Is probably,
but will it last?
I mean, will it last? Is not. I don't think is the point where.
No, that is my point. My point is because things go viral. Things pop up.
Right.
Shit don't last. Shit ain't Game of Thrones shit no more, or Breaking Bad shit no more. Where it's like, nah, bro, we 6 seasons in, and it's even bigger now than it was before.
Right. I would say 3 seasons of White Lotus. It definitely has some staying power.
I wouldn't say it's a cultural phenomenon though, because it's like it ain't.
You wouldn't say.
It's big, bro. There's a lot of big things.
It's definitely the biggest.
Is it Game of Thrones? Is it Breaking Bad? Are people dressing up like it for Halloween?
It's definitely the biggest TV show of this year. It's a little less. It's hard to dress up like it because it's just like a regular. It's people wearing it's basically regular everyday people.
What are you looking at, Val?
Top grossing TV 2025.
I don't know if you can.
I don't know if grossing is the right word.
Grossing is the right word. Top rated TV 2025.
But this is just like ratings. This isn't like.
Well, this is you have to say TV shows because right now those are just physical TVs.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, but who's picking these?
I haven't
heard of
seen
any of these.
You see what I'm saying? And these are the top shows.
Yeah, I mean, I would say.
I think White Lotus is huge. I'm not trying to deny
White
it.
Lotus is bigger than whatever the fuck all these shows are.
Agreed. And I agree with that.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Agreed
I've heard
1,000,000%.
of this one, I haven't seen it though yet.
Adolescence is crazy.
You seen it?
I seen the first episode.
Are you going to finish it?
You know what?
That's my point.
But no, here's the thing with adolescence. For me, anyways, I go through phases of true crime. I'm kind of done with true crime right now.
Oh,
It's not even true crime. It's just a crime thing.
Yeah.
But it's like every episode is an hour long. Every episode is a single shot.
Well, that's just the director being jerking off. That's incredible.
Yeah, every single episode is one shot.
Because you definitely don't have to do that. That's insanity.
You have to get people talking about it somehow.
Yeah, because how do you get people talking about your show these days?
Yeah. It was genuinely impressive. I was watching the first episode like, this is crazy how they did this.
Nah, bro, shit's different, dog. And I'm not saying it's worse or better, but I'm just saying, like, I think the reason shit don't have real deal staying power, and like you said, how she said, oh, like, man, you guys can bond over cultural things that last a long time, is because if I'm scrolling to a new thing every day, what does anything matter?
Right. Also, you're not like, since you have so many channels, like even cultural phenomenons, like, I would say Stranger Things was a cultural phenomenon.
Yes, that's one. Yes.
Yes, but you didn't even watch it because you didn't have to.
No, I don't have to.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, well, it's the only thing on at this time.
Yeah.
And you got to watch it. You can just totally skip it if you want.
Yeah. That's why I think that's why HBO shows have a better chance, because at least you do have to tune in to watch it.
Every week.
Now, it is streaming, but you got to tune in and you got to watch it every week. Like, as shows should be.
Yeah. Can we look up White Lotus season 3 ratings? I'm curious. But because that's the only show. That was one of those things where like I would talk to comics and be like, oh, we were getting a bunch of comics together and we're watching the newest episode of White Lotus.
All right. Well, if people are getting together to watch it, then that's a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Season premiere also had a record-breaking 2.4 million viewers on one night, during 20 million viewers when including replays and streaming.
6.2 million viewers on the finale. Yeah, I would say.
No, that's huge.
Yeah, I would say this was.
That's phenomenon.
Yeah, White Lotus is that show. That's.
Yeah.
So every once in a while you have a show like that. It's White Lotus. I mean, I don't know before that. You know what's holding Severance back?
Apple.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know everyone who has Apple's TV.
No, you gotta. I'm not. What for?
Apple TV you can get for free for up to like 6 months by like,
No,
having
but
a Target account.
You're making me do things, and I already have so many things, Val.
Yeah, that's.
I already have Netflix. I literally have Netflix, HBO, Disney Plus. What's the other? Hulu.
Yeah, Peacock.
Peacock. I have 5.
Yeah, I got Netflix.
I don't need any more.
I got Netflix. I just got.
And I have Paramount. I have Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I just got Netflix. Just got Hulu, but I'm gonna cancel that again. Max, and I have the anime one, Crunchyroll. But even then, I never use any of them.
Because it's too much.
I'm on YouTube.
You're on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm on YouTube.
I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on those. Those are those are. Let's cut the bullshit. Those are streaming platforms now.
Yeah.
Those are straight up Instagram and TikTok and shit, bro. Because they getting as many views and like eyeballs, probably way more than fucking any of these.
Can you
streaming
write
services.
Severance season 2 views? I'm curious to see how many views it got.
Look, they counted it in a different way.
Streaming minutes. That doesn't make any sense. Tell me how many people watched it.
But that's sexier. Look at that number.
Yeah.
6.4 billion streaming minutes.
Yeah. What does that mean though? 5 million views because
Minutes viewed, it's still.
yeah, it doesn't tell me how. But we don't know. We don't know how that compares to White Lotus. Can you look up White Lotus? Could you go back to White Lotus season 3?
This comment says about 8 million viewers per episode.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's fucking insane. Also, I didn't know that many
That's
people
what I'm
had Apple.
saying. Apple TV is like you can get it for free if you just look a little bit.
But even then, it's like it'll start charging you eventually. That's the thing. That's what holds people back from getting stuff like that.
It's just another thing.
Yeah. I don't want more things. Can you look up White Lotus season 3 streaming minutes? See what it say? See what that says?
You're trying to compare
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Now I'm trying to see.
streaming minutes. Yeah, I'm. Oh wow, it's getting waxed.
It's
nigga.
getting waxed.
Okay, Severance is like 3x a bigger show than fuck.
No. 1.31 billion minutes viewing on Max for the week.
Oh shit! Just for a few hours of the finale. You're right. I should've read it all. I
So
should've read it
now
all.
you don't even know. Like,
But I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means compared to how much overall.
Yeah, because what if we find out? Oh, it is getting waxed still. I have no idea.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I have no idea.
Streaming rankings.
But this is for just the week.
Yeah, but we can have an idea. Like they've.
So White Lotus is 1.3 billion views.
Yo, look at Grey's Anatomy kicking ass
Still. So I had Bluey killing it. 1.3 million views per week. How many episodes of White Lotus were this last season?
I want to say 10.
No, it's definitely not 10. I think it's like 6 or 8.
I mean, point being, point being.
It's 8. So if you were to say about 1 billion views, streaming minutes per each one, so you're looking at 8 billion. So it's a little bit bigger than Severance.
I mean, that's still huge.
That's actually 30% bigger than Severance. So it's pretty big.
No, White Lotus is big, bro.
Yeah.
And it might be a phenomenon like that, but it's just like, man, it's very, it's just different. It's just different now. Things are different.
Love on the Spectrum also, I think, is cultural
Now,
phenomenon.
but Love on the there's always reality
There's always
TV.
reality TV.
Now, reality TV is a different thing.
Yeah, reality TV doesn't count.
That ain't going nowhere, baby.
Yeah.
People love to see other people and laugh at them. That's number one for always in eternity.
Yes, for sure. I've heard that Mobland show is good from multiple people now.
Yeah. But
you
it's like, I'm not watching Mobland. And when are you ever going to watch Mobland?
Where's
when
it
are
on?
you ever going to watch
What's it
fucking
even on?
Mobland, dude?
Is it on Paramount? It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, when are you doing that?
Yeah, but look at the fucking just the first 3 names. It's Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren.
I'm not saying that, but that's everything.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about anything?
Yeah, and there's an Indian lady.
Not that, and I'm not saying it's a bad show. It's just like, bro, I know you're not finna do nothing. You don't. Tom Hardy, who gives a fuck? You're not going to it.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna get Paramount Plus. I've decided.
If you had it, would you? Because think about what you got to stop doing to get to Mobland.
Yeah.
You got to stop gaming, scrolling,
And
watching anything else you're watching.
So on YouTube right now, I'm watching this guy who makes
I
great.
thought you were about to say this guy fall down, and it's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a guy falling.
This guy who makes fun, interesting documentaries. His name is Fern. Fern. Yeah, that guy. I'm pretty sure that's him. Let me see.
3.6 mil. This boy killing it. 3.26 mil.
Yeah. And it's just like some of them are like the hunt for America's Smartest Killer, the hunt for like the insane story of Fukushima, the most powerful. Like it's all cool YouTube
I bet it's
documentaries
edited
like that.
incredibly. Huh?
Yeah. It's all animated.
And look, right to the point. 16 minutes, 28 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no fat. There's no like, we have to get you to watch in an hour.
The most genius, like a lot of scams and stuff like that.
That's what makes YouTube better. Is that it's like, yo, I don't have to watch anything for an hour.
Yes.
I can watch something for 7 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, perfect. This guy's great. And then I'm watching 100 best World Series of poker hands.
You don't have to. I got the gist of this one.
Yeah. It's 5 hours long. It's a top video, and I'm on hour like 2 or 3 right now. Just slowly murdering my way through.
So how are you going to get to Mobland?
Yeah. We'll have to watch these hands. Some of these hands are crazy.
Oh, what are they? Give me an example of a crazy one.
Like
Give me an example of one crazy one that you remember.
One crazy one, a guy on the flop. So pocket 6s versus pocket 4s. So which means in their hand they have 2 4s and 2 6s.
Okay, like one guy has 2 4s, one guy has 2 6s.
One guy has 2 4s. One on the flop comes out, which is the first 3 cards, comes out 6 6 4. So the guy makes quad 4s, and the other guy makes a full house. Yeah. It's hard to explain. So basically, and then the 4th card comes over a 6. So the pocket 6s beat the pocket 4s.
And that's crazy.
Yes. Its quads are incredibly rare to get. So get 2 in one hand is crazy.
Wow. And that, I mean, yeah, 605,000 people agree with you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, if you because I did that poker thing with Nadav, and I remember like, damn, I used to really like this because I did well, and so I just got into watching it again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that show.
That's fair.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you kind of had to know poker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, oh, bro, it'll be so much fun. It's like, bro, I don't know. No, you're not understanding.
Well, here's the thing.
He thinks like, I just don't know how to play. It's like, no, I don't know how to play. Like, not kinda. I don't know how to play poker at all. I don't know the rules or anything.
Because all I said was, if you had a basic understanding of poker, you would have completely understood what I said. It's not like what I said was crazy hard. It's
you
like,
see what I'm saying?
One day of poker, you would have gotten like, oh, that's what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I have no interest in doing it. But I mean, it looks awesome. I love the movie Rounders.
Yeah.
The movie Rounders is a great movie.
Yeah. But now I heard he's trying to get like more and more like real deal poker players in there, so it's like it wouldn't even be.
It wouldn't even be fun.
Yeah.
I would ruin everybody's time.
Like one of the guys who's doing it today appeared on one of the best hands of all time. I was like, oh my god, he's playing the poker game today.
Oh, so he's gonna wax those guys.
Yeah, he's got because it's the Lodge, the card house. It's
Yeah.
like the best card house in the country apparently. It's just right up on Round Rock, and he was wearing the.
And they
the
let
tag.
people gamble there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a poker house because it's not like it's technically it's a club and you're paying for your time in the club. What you do in the club is what you want to do in the club,
Which is gamble
which is everyone in this club is playing poker.
for high money.
I bet you there's some low games and there's some high games.
But what's a low game for these guys?
I don't know. If you're going to a poker house, you're like,
You trying to get 100,000? You trying
Yeah.
to leave with 250,000? You trying to leave with like money
yeah,
or
100
lose money?
100,000. I don't know if that's probably like the big tables. I don't,
Yeah.
there's probably, but there's people who play for, they're trying to like a couple thousand, a couple hundred. Like we played, our game was I bought in for 200.
Whoa! Did you win?
Mhm.
What'd you win?
I left with 460.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Some people left with a lot more. There's a great player on our table. He left with a lot. And then some people lost like $400.
Some people lost $400.
Uh-huh.
Oh fuck that, dude! That's crazy. I mean, it's awesome, but
it's
that's
fun.
crazy. No, it is fun. Gambling is fun. I mean, we gambled. I mean, you got your money back from Laser. I didn't know that the money you won from poker, you were able to lose that money to Laser.
Yeah.
You were already up.
I was already up on Laser.
You were already up anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you were gambling beforehand.
Yeah.
But we were fake gambling with. I was fake gambling with Shane, and
What does that mean?
like we were gambling, but not for money.
Oh.
Like we were like, oh, these are the chips, and they're worth this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And-
That's very fun if everyone's into it.
Yeah.
If everyone's into it, it's very fun. The second one person goes, we should put money on it, fake gambling becomes way less fun.
No, because the fake gambling is fun.
Yeah.
I lost. I lost like $2,000.
What were you playing?
This game called 31.
How does that work?
It was so much fun. I don't know. Shane taught it to us. It was a game his family because I met Phil. I met Big Phil,
Big Phil.
Shane's dad.
Oh, Shane's dad. Okay.
Met Phil and I met his mom,
Okay.
and they were saying how they grew up playing 31. So Shane taught it to us on the plane, and it was like the most fun game ever. It's like almost like it's like 20 like blackjack, but with like different rules type shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's very much like a family kind of game. Yeah, see how to play 31, I think. Yeah, that's it. But it's very much like, like it just felt like playing Uno with some people or some shit.
Okay.
Like like, oh, this is something you used to play with your family type shit.
Okay.
And it was like how Sam's family plays Wizard or whatever. Like
Right.
I mean, it's a big game, but not everybody knows about this game.
Right.
It's, but that shit was fun as fuck. And then you had chips. You had 3 chips.
Mhm.
So we were acting like each chip was worth 100.
Okay.
And so I lost like $2,000. I was getting destroyed, dude.
That's so funny.
It was bad. But that shit is a lot of fun when everyone's into it.
Yeah, when you can buy into it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's like, because sometimes I'll play like, well, I used to, not anymore, but I used to play this, there's this like poker game on Facebook that you could play called Zynga. It was like Zynga Poker. And it was a lot of fun, but then the second someone was like, well, this is not real money, and started just like throwing away money like nothing, then I was like, well, this is less fun.
No, you have to act like you're losing money.
Yeah, you have to act like this is like a thing.
You have to act like you're winning money. You have to act like you're losing money.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
Yes. But then some people can't do that. Some people need the actual.
Well, that's because they're actually addicted to gambling.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God that never caught me.
No, because that drug is awful.
Yeah, it's just another one of those. We were talking about this when we were in Vegas, right? Like we were walking around Vegas. It's like it's so crazy that someone in here is just like losing their house and their family as we speak.
As we speak, and if somebody is winning it back,
Somebody's
as we
winning
speak.
it back, and then they make one more bet and lose it all
and they're
again.
gonna lose it again. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like it's so many things are happening at one time, all over this city.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the gambling shit, I'm glad I don't have that bug. It is funny because cut to us like 3 years from now, like doing so many ads for like DraftKings. Or some shit.
Yeah. I could see it happening. I don't want to do it, but I feel like the check they're gonna like if we ever get to when we get to DraftKings level ad,
Yeah,
the check that they cut
got to take it.
is gonna be so big that I'd be like, I guess I'll add to the destruction of American sports. There's no way all these DraftKings and Prize Picks. There's no way all this betting isn't gonna ruin sports.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I know because there's always cheating going on. I know there's always cheating going on.
Right.
There's cheating. People are going to try to do whatever they can to win. People are going to try to do whatever they can to win and win money. Both those things.
Right.
People want both those things.
Right.
They want winning on its own. They want money. I understand that. I understand that people are going to do anything they can to get those things done. But it is what is nice about sports is even still, the best man usually wins, and sometimes the underdog wins. And it just is like it
Right.
is. There is this, even with the cheating going on, there's still a purity to it, which I think is.
But I mean,
rare
but
thing.
my overall point being is that, like, okay, so look, I mean, if you want to go back to 1919, where players fucking threw a World Series,
Yes.
so it's like, and now and he got banned for life. But that Jonte Porter guy, he would just bet on himself,
Oh, that guy.
and he would
yeah.
just take the unders,
Yeah.
and then just perform poorly and just win a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I'm not saying it's not happening.
yeah. And I'm saying that eventually, because there are some people, the beauty of sports is that, sure, there are people that like, I'm here to be the best, but even at the highest level,
Mhm.
there are still like the people who are like, oh, this is still more of a job for you than it is a passion.
Yes.
And I think I wouldn't be surprised if in the next decade there isn't some major betting scandal involving major athletes.
I'm not saying that wouldn't be, but there's still, even with that, like I just said, with all that going on,
Right.
the underdog still wins sometimes.
Right.
The other person still wins sometimes, like or the like person who's supposed to win, like it's still also just as like, no, that person's straight up better than that person at such thing. And I get that sometimes there will be cheating and other things, like, but like I don't think it's just 100% cheating. Does that make sense?
No.
I don't think sports is 100% pyramid scheme cheating.
No.
I think no. There are people who won, bro. That motherfucker won.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's gonna be 100% cheating. I'm just saying, it's Pandora's box. You open the door, you don't know what's gonna come through.
But it's always been, like you said, if it's always been happening, it'll always keep happening. I don't think it's happening more or less. I think it's always been happening. Well, the thing like gambling just got big just because it's legal. Gambling was the biggest thing illegally.
Right.
It was the biggest thing then.
Right. But if
It's an accessibility thing, though.
if the access is there, I think it's gonna cause more people to do it.
I mean, yeah, but then again, sometimes people do more things when it's illegal. I don't know. Sometimes people, when things are legal, they do it less. It's weird. Humans are weird.
No, but the thing with DraftKings and Prize Picks is that I can download it to my phone, and at any moment I can just be involved in that. Whereas gambling before, you had to go places or be a part of a group or something.
Or
So
know
the
the right guy.
accessibility is
I
like
get what you're saying. There was no. It was harder to be a casual.
That's why the Porter, Jonte Porter could do it. Just had told his friend, like, hey, here's the money, just do it on your phone.
True. And again, I do think cheating is happening. But there is a purity still in sports that, like, to even get to that point, you got to be great at the thing.
Right.
You know? And I still think, I don't think it'll always be what it's always been, where there's cheaters and there's people not cheating. And sometimes cheaters win, sometimes cheaters lose.
I don't know. The integration of betting into everything is like, there's something that feels off about it, and I think it's gonna fundamentally change things. And we might not see it now, but like a decade down the future, be like, damn, things are different.
Yeah.
I think it's fundamentally the fact that they have, like, now if you watch something on ESPN, there's like live betting lines, and there's I think.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I think things are gonna, like, if you want to bet on the Grizzlies now, it's a 7.5 instead of 10. Like, if you bet now, and it's like, I think that's gonna fundamentally change.
Yeah. Remember when we were in Vegas? When we were in Vegas, it was like D2 softball. And
Yeah.
motherfuckers was betting on it.
Like betting hard.
Oh, not even the D1. There was a D1 softball game going on as well, but there was also a D2 softball game going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro, you've been up all night on a bender,
Right.
and you're fucking locked into any sport that's happening right now.
Right.
You're betting on it.
Right. And it used to be you had to go to Vegas to do that. Now you can just do that at home.
Yeah, that is scary, and it's scary. It's scary, and I don't approve of it. But cut the check.
Yeah, I mean, I'll endorse it. But I'm just saying, I where this is leading with there's going to be a line that's going to be crossed, and we'll be like, whoa, I didn't know that line could be crossed like that.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I think it's kind of like the college football you guys were talking about the other day. Like, I've been thinking about that, where, like, because it's become more professional in a sense, you don't get these homegrown players anymore. You don't get these teams that are, like, devoted to the alma mater in some way, which adds to the essence of the sport. You just sort of go, okay, well, that used to be.
Yeah, I think the college game has got to figure out something with the transfer portal a little bit.
What's that going to change? That ain't going nowhere.
No,
You're used to that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just sort of like, the sort of.
So that energy, they get used to that. That's going to
just what it
happen
is, yeah.
if potentially more betting is accessible.
Yeah, I think something like that's gonna happen where you're like, oh well, I guess this is just the essence of the game now.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be in a way that like in 10 years be like, damn, I didn't know. I thought this sort of thing that was like what I knew about sports, that's just gone.
Yeah, when everyone instead of their team logo just has DraftKings on their helmet.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Exactly,
32 teams have
like,
DraftKings on their helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can bet on Division II softball at home and you're a degenerate gambler and you're near the place, it's like there's a lot of things that can happen.
I'm not trying to judge, bro, but let these niggas gamble, dog.
No, I'm not saying let them gamble. I'm not even judging. I'm just saying you're opening a door that I don't think we're fully prepared to see what the consequences are going to be.
I mean, but I think we've done that that's all life is. I mean, look at the internet. Internet is a door that's open that we have no idea the consequences of this later. And it's clearly going, it's like, oh, it's going to be crazy, the consequences of this.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we opened that door open.
Right. I guess it was just like, damn.
Because it's like, man, I guess at least people aren't going to jail for gambling anymore. Because I don't think you should go to jail for gambling. It was illegal.
Right.
You know?
That's fair.
Just like the weed thing. It's like, it's like, you shouldn't be going to jail for that. That's crazy.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it should be legal. You should be allowed to make that choice.
Right.
But I get what you're saying also. Like, it's, you open the door.
Well, just the fact that it's not even like you can make gambling legal without the league, without every single league being like in bed with these gambling companies. Those two things can be separate. They don't have to be the same. You can be like, gambling's legal, and then the NFL doesn't have to be like, oh, by the way, here's live odds, here's live everything. Bro, SportsCenter has a betting channel now.
Yeah.
Or ESPN has a betting channel now. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, these two things can be separate.
No.
I mean, they can.
But that's not where the most money is.
That's not where the most money is. But what I'm saying is, like, just to make gambling legal doesn't necessarily mean it has to be as prevalent as it is.
But there's no going back.
Well, now, I know
it's like
there's
the
no
internet.
going
It's
back.
like, we can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go back. We can't go back like, oh, you know, this scrolling is bad. Let's go back. It's like, no. More scroll. Like, more.
Mm-hmm. I
need more. Not only do I need more, I need an even more optimized version of this.
Right.
I need a more optimized version of scrolling, which is coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? A better version.
Right.
You know, a better version of a more even prevalent version of the gambling shit's happening. You said it just a second ago, but the door is open.
Right.
There's no going back.
Right. And so here's a possibility, right? Here's a random possibility or something that I can sort of draw a parallel in between what happened in the past and what happened now. I'll use Andrew Luck and Patrick Willis. Both retired, pretty young. Both of the reasons they give is like, hey, all this hell shit coming out about the NFL, I don't feel like I want to do this. I'm done. So in the future, there could be a future superstar being like, hey, man, all these like bettors and gamblers are like threatening my family. They're doing shit. I'm good on this. That's what I mean. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. Because to even do that, that player would have to have made enough money. Like, you've had played a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know
I
what
think
to even get to that point where you're saying no to money, or you came from money, whoever that player is, that situation is so like
right. But it's happened before, and it'll happen again.
What, a player saying the gambling thing was affecting him,
or like the
if a player came out and said people were like, I'm quitting because I'm threatening my family because people were threatening my family with gambling, it's like, bro, people were threatening people's family in sports without gambling. Like, I think Scott Norwood's family got a lot of threats for the Bills.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Scott Norwood's family got a lot of threats, but it's different when the guy threatening you was like, "Oh, I lost my house because of you." It's a whole different energy.
Bro, that theory I don't see happening. Just because it's like that player would have to not like money. That player would have to not like money. That player, like, you're gonna have to play a little bit. You have to play at least enough for years where your body does pain. Like, I will give Andrew Luck and Patrick Willis that. Like, they played a certain amount of years where it's like, yeah, this tracks. You played long enough in the league that it tracks that your body's in pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if this person who was like a superstar talent, all yada yada, he got in the league, and then after a year or two he quit and it was like, oh man, the threats on my family, I can't handle it. It's like, oh, this nigga either is gambling, like either he made a bunch of, or he's already got money. But like, you got to make the money first. Now, a player 8 years in saying that, like I'm getting a bunch of threats, yada, yada, maybe, but no. It's a different thing. That's a different thing. Like threats? Who's ever stopped from threats? Name a person in the history of anything.
That stopped from threats?
Yeah.
In the history of anything?
Sports,
Anything.
at least.
Okay, I was because anything I can think of. I can think of one big example.
Sports, at least.
Sports, I can't think of one.
I don't know anyone who's like, I got death threats, so I stopped playing. I don't know a single because.
Yeah.
And back to what I said, there is still a love for the game.
Right.
There is still purity in the player. There is not all,
Right.
obviously. But that's not all in anything. There's always exceptions to rules.
Right.
But I'm saying there is still enough, and I think there will always be enough. People like
Yeah.
to win.
Yeah. People. Yeah.
People like to be the best at said thing.
Mhm.
That's a thing. People just like to be the best at it.
Right.
Not say they won't cut corners and do things to get there,
Right.
but people like to be the best at shit.
Right. Now, I wonder how the attitudes will change if, like, let's say this happens. Right now, there's really never been like a tainted Super Bowl or a
That we know of. That's public
that we know
knowledge. Yeah.
that publicly knowledge. Like, there's no. In fact, outside of the 1919 Black Sox, which whatever, it's World War I anyway. We're in that time.
Yeah, things are happening.
Yeah,
there.
things are. Yeah, it's the 1900s, things are a little different. There's never really been a tainted championship. The only thing that you can kind of argue,
Houston Astros.
Astros, but not by gambling.
No, but that's
Yeah.
the one. I'm just thinking of people say that when it's tainted.
Yeah, I think the only one that you can maybe make a case that there could be a gambling connection is the Kings Lakers series.
Yes, that one. But that wasn't even changed. That was the Western Conference
Western
Finals.
Conference Finals.
In the finals, the Lakers just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. I mean, if that happened in the finals, that might. I wonder if a tainted champion, like a real deal gambling tainted championship, changes the landscape of sports.
I mean, I don't know, man. Every time there's been a tainted thing, people think sports just keep going on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We kind of, I mean, look at that Astros thing. It was everybody made fun of it, and then we just moved on.
Yeah.
Everyone know they actually cheated.
Yeah.
They actually cheated.
They
everyone,
actually cheated.
And everyone knows,
Mhm.
and no one gives a fuck. Because what are we supposed to do? Stop
Yeah.
having sports? That's a worse suggestion.
Yeah. That's
You
a
know?
good point.
I don't know, man. But I agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I think sports are just, like I said, man, that door's open, is what it is. I don't mind. This was fucking great.
Yeah. But
I think it's really interesting, though, that ESPN is capitalizing on gambling as a sport. It's making you now watch
well,
people gamble as a sport itself.
ESPN is doing anything it can to stay alive. And so if everyone's into gambling, they have to.
Mm.
They have to. Because there's no, you know what I mean? Like, what is ESPN doing to even, I can't remember the last time I, like, sat down and watched something on ESPN that wasn't a live game.
I mean, there's people who are saving. Pat McAfee's helping them stay alive.
Right, but even Pat McAfee, are you watching, can't you watch that on YouTube?
Well, it's two different things.
Mm.
This guy, he's got the YouTube show, and then he's got the
ESPN show.
ESPN show.
Right.
You know, at least I'm pretty sure they're two different things.
I always thought you could watch it on YouTube. I actually don't know.
I don't know if you can watch the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's split into what. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But that's how far gone I am from ESPN.
Yeah.
Is that like Pat McAfee coming?
But I know he's
Came
a big,
like
I know he's bringing, because they're giving him more money. So he's
Right.
doing something right. You ain't just giving nobody more money just
Right.
because.
Right. But like Pat McAfee came like a decade after I stopped watching ESPN.
Facts.
So it's like, and it's probably bringing some people back.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I'll just watch the clips or.
I mean, you know what's fun? I mean, Skip Bayless, they had it. When they had Shannon Sharp, FX1, they had it.
Yeah.
FS1,
Yeah.
they had it, bro. You had the biggest show on TV on FS1. And people were watching. I was still going to watch it. And this was, how many ever years ago that was? That's not too long ago. That's past 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I was like, oh, undisputed. It was the biggest thing on TV. So it's like, damn, bro, they had it. They lost Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. I wonder what happened there.
You know that big argument they had about Tom Brady? They had that big blowout.
I actually don't know.
You never saw the fight?
No.
You've never seen the fight between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp about Tom Brady?
No.
Where he says, put your glasses. Skip Bayless tells us Shannon Sharp gets mad for real. And he tells them on live TV, put your glasses back on.
We can't watch it. We can't watch it.
We can't watch it?
Yeah, there's no way we can watch it.
We watch other stuff. I don't get what we can watch and what we can't watch.
I mean, there's no way we can watch. We can just straight. We watch stuff on TikTok and Instagram, but we don't watch straight up.
But we can pull it up on TikTok or Instagram. That clip on TikTok is for sure there.
I mean, you could look it up, but I don't want to mess with it.
Skip Bayless. Wait, but I truly don't understand the rules. How come we can watch some stuff and can't watch other stuff? No, Sam, not drama. Go back to what it just said. Skip versus Skip Bayless. Just that.
Yeah, I think you'd have to put Tom Brady.
Yeah, you might have to put the actual Tom Brady argument. But man, you never even heard about this? Like, this is why, like, this was such a big deal. Nope. That's not it.
I don't know. Look, I'll say this. If we want to fuck around and try to watch something that because
is this on TikTok or is this on YouTube, Val?
This is
TikTok.
All right, but it's a
this
TikTok
isn't
of a
it, by the way.
YouTube video.
Okay, but this isn't it, by the way. It looks like a YouTube video.
This is the TikTok desktop.
Well,
Well, what did you just say?
So he said they're arguing about Tom Brady, and he goes. Skip says, "Well, the only reason, like you're talking shit about Tom Brady because Tom Brady's had a bad game,
Right.
and Shannon's just trying to get Skip Bayless to admit that. Skip Bayless won't admit that.
Right.
Skip Bayless says you're only hating on him because he's still playing at the highest level, 22 years, whatever he was at that point, and you had to stop playing at 13 years."
Mm.
And Shannon goes, like, "Why'd you say that? Like, you make it sound like I'm a freaking bum.
Yeah.
I was in the Hall of Fame."
Yeah.
You know, and then Skip Bayless goes like, "So who cares?" Like made it like that, and then Shannon's like, "Whoa!" Like takes the glasses. Goes, "What? You gonna like take a personal shot at me? You take like a personal shot at me?" And he goes, "I'm not taking. Put your glasses back on." And then they just like Shannon stops talking, and he talked about it later on podcast. That was the moment because he was about to put hands on him for real because of the disrespect.
Right.
It was. If you watch it, you're like, bro, he's talking to Shannon Sharp like, A, he's not fucking huge. Let's just start there.
Right.
He's not. He can kill you easily, and then B, he is top 5 greatest tight end of all time. Arguably, at one point was the greatest tight end of all time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you can. There's nothing. Still holds tight end records in the world of Travis Kelce and Gronk.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you
2 Super Bowls.
3
3.
Super Bowls.
Ravens.
Yeah. Went to another team and won one.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that happened, and then that's what he left. But they had like a couple blow-ups before, but that was like a big like on TV blow-up. It was crazy. That shut the internet down. And then he quit. Cut to he's in sexual trouble.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, Shannon Sharp. Come on. She's 19 OnlyFans. You got to see that coming from a mile away.
It's so funny too because it's also because he has a podcast and people keep bringing up like clips. It's really funny. People keep bringing up clips of him like telling other people don't do that. Like, hey, they can't be messing with these young girls. Oh, these OnlyFans girls, like saying that and then just like editing them together, and it's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Clearly, how do you not? You out of everybody, you should have seen that coming.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, I mean, well, you can't preach. You can't. It's the Bill Cosby, bro. You can't be preaching if you're out here wilding.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if you wilding and you're like, bro, I'm a wild boy. That's what you tell the world. Like, I'm a wild boy. I'm doing shit. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out this. I don't give a fuck. Isn't that crazy? The world is less mad because everyone's like, man, he's been kind of telling us that he's like a wild boy. And he likes fucking OnlyFans girls.
Right.
So you get caught fucking one. It's like, oh yeah, that's what he's into.
Right.
He said that.
Right.
But you can't be out here preaching like, oh man, you got to do this and live like this and be like this, and then you get caught doing stuff like that.
Right.
That's where the world is like.
But those are the people who usually do stuff like that.
Always.
Yeah.
But those are the people also trying to get like a different kind of check. When you're like you're trying to get like a Disney check.
Right.
You're trying to get like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like the fucking family. I'm a family man. Like I can move in those kind of circles. Check. Different check.
Right.
That's a different check, bro.
The family check is way bigger. Always.
It's clean.
It's always. Yeah.
It goes from kids to grandpa.
Right.
It goes all the way up. The whole family's paying money to go see you or watch your thing or whatever that may be.
Right.
You know, so and to get the family check, you have to be you can't be like, yeah, I'm out here loving tranny porn.
Right.
And get the family check. You don't get that.
You don't get that. Yeah.
You got
to make a decision.
Got to make a decision.
Am I family check guy? Am I not family check guy?
Money, dude.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy that you can doesn't matter what level you get at, you still project. Because to me, that's what that was, right? Him like constantly telling himself, like, don't be getting caught up in this.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
telling everybody because you're telling yourself.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, real deal projecting.
Yeah.
Real deal projecting. God damn.
Really funny.
God damn, Shannon Sharp. That's so funny.
Lakers in 5.
Yeah, you're a little Shannon dull in that moment. I'll say that. Shannon not so sharp when it comes
Yeah.
to fucking OnlyFans chicks.
Yeah, but goddamn, who can blame him?
I mean,
It
hey,
must be so awesome.
dude, you're that rich, that ripped, that age, and 19-year-olds want to fuck you?
Well done.
Yeah, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. The 19 like young girls are still looking at you. Like, it must be it must be hard.
You've also been successful since you were 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Since you've been in the NFL. You've been a successful person. And think about this. You became one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
You are a known person. You are a A-list known person after your football career.
Right.
And you're 20x bigger than that now.
Right.
Now everyone in the world knows who you are.
Right. You're the biggest podcast moment of last year.
Of last year of all time.
Yeah.
It's the biggest podcast interview of all time, dude.
Yeah.
That Cat Williams episode?
Yeah.
You know how many views it had? It's like almost there 100 million views.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. So yeah, he's one of the biggest things ever. And it's so funny to have that after your playing career.
Episodes these are classic episodes of podcasts.
These are yeah, this is a different.
Yeah, it's like these are the
Also, you'd have to go
best.
on YouTube because remember, it's, Shannon Sharp's pod's just on YouTube, so it's like
Yeah, so by view, look up by views. By views. I mean, I would say probably the Trump Rogan episode's probably
yeah,
up
it's
there.
probably I mean for sure, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's bigger than the Cat Williams one.
Oh, Rogan's first interview with Elon Musk.
Oh, that was
That might have
mayhem.
been. That might have been like.
that might be the biggest.
That
interview
might be
of
the
all
biggest
time.
episode of all time.
Yeah, because that was mayhem on the world. that day. I remember that.
Not a lot of podcast views tank stock.
Yeah. See, these are best episodes of all time. You know what I mean?
It's,
By rating.
sorry. 10 most viewed.
Yeah, they're all Rogan.
Except for that one Tamanya podcast. What's that?
This is like, it said that it's a Saudi podcast.
The Secrets of Relationships with a Saudi Arabian guy? You must make sure they're covered.
Cover them up.
Yeah.
Cover them up. Make
Saudi
She walks
Arabian.
around uncovered. No love there.
Yeah.
Guinness World.
Guinness.
Guinness
Oh my
World
God.
Record.
Oh my God. You didn't know what Guinness World
I
Record
do.
was?
I do. I just
You Val, what the
haven't
fuck,
said
dude?
that word in a long time.
Damn, so I didn't know Rogan's with Elon's the biggest one of all time.
That makes a lot of sense. That first one was crazy.
Yeah, but I wonder if I don't know. I'm curious though on YouTube. I don't wonder if anything's bigger than the Cat one.
The Rogan Elon one, look, can we check how much the Rogan Elon one has on YouTube? I wonder if they took it down or if they kept it up. Did they keep
Oh no,
it up?
yeah, that said YouTube. That did say YouTube.
Yeah.
That one said YouTube. Never
Yeah,
mind.
because it was definitely on YouTube.
Yeah, 68 million.
Wow, they age gated it.
Oh, that's interesting. You know why? Because go to the Cat Williams episode. The Cat Williams episode has more than 68 million. So it's like that's wrong. That list is an old list. 89 million in a year. That's what I'm like. No, this. I think this is the biggest one.
Damn, you might be right.
But also, I will say this: in the way that the Elon Musk Rogan one took the internet over, this took the internet over.
Yes,
like
yes.
it had the same effect
Yes,
of like,
yes.
you couldn't escape this interview.
Yeah, and this is, and then the Rogan Elon was pre-pandemic too.
Yeah, Rogan. This is a year
post,
ago.
Yeah, this is post-pandemic. Did I click? Let's not. We don't have to watch it, but click it. Do they age gate it? They don't age gate it.
No, they don't.
Interesting. Yeah,
He's just talking shit about comedians, not whatever the fuck they were talking about.
Well, Elon smokes
JRE.
weed on that episode.
He did. That's why it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
It was all over the news.
Yeah, I
you
gotta
you
say
can get off of this, Val.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it was all over the news.
Mhm. It actually affected stock.
It did. I remember that.
Yeah. The shareholders were mad that he
Yeah.
smoked weed, which is crazy.
Yeah, the Cat Williams episode didn't it?
It's so crazy looking back on it that they were mad that this computer guy smokes weed when all these computer guys smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also funny, yeah, because the Cat Williams episode, like, it didn't mess with the stock market at all, but man, it fucked with every comedian's career. Like, it fucked like all the comedians he went at and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it just tanked the stock of like Steve Harvey in like the eyes of comedians. Like, that's all he was really trying to do.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how much people care about comedian gossip.
Dude, it's wild how much people care about comedian gossip.
I mean, that's the biggest episode. It's the biggest. It's all he does is gossip about comedians on
Well,
that.
the Club Shay Shay episode with Cat Williams is like the biggest pod. It's the most viewed episode of a podcast on YouTube. There's so many different types of channels.
Yes.
That's entire people's livelihoods are just talking about stand-up comedy,
Making good money.
and like from positive stuff to like
Joke
Joke World to like negative stuff like Red Bar and like Elephant Graveyard. It's
Podcast cringe.
podcast cringe. Like, bro, people's livelihoods are based around talking about comedy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
They're talking mad shit.
That's crazy. Because you know what's funny? It's like you talk to a lot of comics and like how they don't like Red Bar or whatever, right? But the reality is, the second that stops getting views, comedy's in trouble. The fact that people like watching basically the TMZ of comedy
Yeah.
in all these different forms is a good sign for comedy.
Wait, do you think comedy's if that went away, comedy's in trouble, or comedy just goes back to being as big as it was, which was still huge? Right now, it's music big, it's rock star big.
Yes, I'm saying if those types of things start disappearing, it's like a canary in the gold mine.
No. But I don't think comedy's over. I think, my opinion, I think rock star comedy's over.
Yes,
Where there's a
rockstar
million
comedy's
arena
over.
acts and everything's a big deal.
Rockstar comedy's over, and then
Because I don't know if comedy will be over.
no, but the dip will be huge. So it's like,
Like I said, there'll be no more rocks.
yeah, but no, what I'm saying is that it'll overcorrect a little bit, so things will get way worse before they equal out and become comedy's back to being big, but maybe not rockstar big.
Yeah.
Like pendulum swing. So it's like it's this big, so the dip after that,
Yeah.
it'll be a little big before it levels out.
Yeah, and here's what's crazy though, and this is what makes comedy so cool, or any art so cool. Even if that happens, right? Let's say I agree with you, and there's it goes the other way.
Right.
During the other way, there's gonna be some people who pop off down
Right, yeah.
like pop, like that's what they need. They
Yeah,
needed it to go this way to pop the fuck off.
Yeah, and then bring it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, no, they don't even bring it back up. They're just a part of the wave that popped off during when it was down.
Yeah.
There's always waves.
Right.
So there would be a wave of comedians who pop off while it's down, and then another wave that would pop off while it's back up, type shit.
Right.
But right now we're in rock star form, dude.
Yeah, and the fact that people can straight up live their lives just commenting on comedy is pretty cool.
Think about how we live our lives,
I'm not necessarily not I like that. I like that people.
bro. Think about how we live our lives,
Mhm.
and we're not headliners.
Yeah, we live nice lives.
That's how you know that it's like, oh, it's on the up right now.
Right.
That because it used to be the only way you were making a living. You had to be at bare minimum a headliner.
Right.
And even still, you were making a rough living as a headliner.
Right. You'd have to really write for some shit or
You had to do something. But there's a feature and hosts making enough money to like
have their own place.
have their own place and
And have
kids.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
fuck out of here. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Bro, this is how big this shit is. I was out with Shane this weekend.
Right.
I knew he was big, and I know you know he's big, right?
Yeah, but
You're like-
our interactions with him are in a comedy club that's very controlled environment. And
Or at his house hanging out or whatever.
Right,
But it's
right,
not.
right.
I've been out
On
with him a
home
couple
turf.
times.
We've
Yeah,
only
home
been
turf.
on home turf with him.
Home turf with him.
Yeah.
I ain't never been, I was lucky enough he let me open for him in Albany and Buffalo. And if you're here from that or you fuck with me now, thank you. Bro, the big dog, this nigga is so famous. I had no idea. I knew we knew, but I didn't know. But this is how famous he is. When we landed in Buffalo, you know how when a team wins a championship and they come back and they land on the tarmac, there's people outside the fence with like
Right.
signs and shit like, yeah, we love you, congrats.
Right.
Bro, there was that for Shane.
Damn, really? Like
Nigga, like we had just won the Stanley Cup.
so you walk out the plane, people are cheering.
Yeah, there's people with signs. Shane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Not like one person or two people.
right.
I'm talking like 15 people, 20 people.
Right.
Knew the time he was gonna land. Shane!
Wild.
Autograph hounds hunting him down, boy. Like driving through red lights. There were people behind us driving through red lights to keep up with him so they could try to get his autograph. Like some Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah.
I told him, it was like, oh, this nigga's different. This nigga different. Yeah, I didn't know. I knew in my head, you know in your
Yeah,
head, like
yeah.
Bud Light commercials, tires. Like he's really visible.
Yes.
But I didn't know, bro. He him. Bro, they told us, this nigga, they came up to him and they said, because in this arena tour that he's been doing, he's been breaking all the records.
Right.
Every arena he's gone to, he's broke the record.
Yeah, there's so many posts.
Breaks every record, right?
Yeah.
We in Buffalo. It's like 19, either like high 19s or 20,000 people. That's the number he hit, which is fucking
Insane.
insanity.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Yeah.
They come up to him and they say, "Hey man, you didn't break the record tonight." And he goes, "Oh damn." He literally is just like, "Oh damn. Oh man, who has who has it?" And they go, "Yeah, you came in third. You're behind the Backstreet Boys and Bruce Springsteen."
Yeah, that's wild.
I said, bro, I literally went, "Holy shit, Shane, you're competing with the boss."
Yeah, that's
You're
so
competing with the boss.
that's so wild to
Crazy.
be like, damn, bro, like comedians are on that level now.
Yeah, but that's a different one.
But
That's because the only other nigga I know who's on that is probably Rogan, Kevin Hart, Chappelle.
But what I'm saying is like just the door is now like
yeah,
like-
I agree.
like these doors like whoa, dude, like comedians are like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's why it's hard to wrap around. Like, dude, what the
insane,
like that's where comedy is right now. That's crazy.
bro. This nigga, this is what was cool going out with Shane too, because we went to like local bars to
Mhm.
eat. He's the richest guy I know in the world.
Yeah.
And we're eating at like this place called Schneider's.
Right.
And we kept talking about how we like, yo, we might have to make a trip back to Snidey. Like,
Yeah.
we literally like, yo, we might have to get on the jet again just to run back to Snidey's and run back to Wings. Because it was just a good time. We just had a local ass bar
Right.
in the rural Buffalo, bro. It was crazy.
Right.
But after the Buffalo show, he's hanging out with like Gabe Davis and Dalton Kincaid and shit. They came to the show. Like
The Bills.
yeah. And we're hanging in the green room of the Sabres locker room,
Okay.
hanging out. Afterwards, they're like, yo, what do we do after this? Shane's like, yo, we got to rent out a Dave & Buster's. We got to go to D&B's, bro. So the whole day, we're like, yo, we got to get to D&B's. We got to get to D&B's. That night, they finally rent out Dave & Buster's. Very affordable, by the way.
Oh, you heard the number? And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
I might be.
yeah,
like,
literally, I heard it and I was like,
I might be able to get that done.
should we be partying at Dave & Buster's?
Yeah.
Should we be renting out Dave & Buster's and having the best time ever? I think we should do that more, son.
Yeah.
We can easily do it. Hey,
It's like that.
brother, we can do it.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Now, it ain't as easy as it is for him.
Yeah.
But me and you can do it, and you would look at me and be like, yo, splitting this with you, D? We can do this.
Yeah.
this is okay. This is fine.
Well, okay, there might be a difference between a Dave and Buffalo and a Dave and Buster's Austin.
Now, that might be different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we were at the Dave & Buster's in Buffalo.
Right.
It was
well,
huge.
Yeah. Well, hey,
20 of us.
I don't imagine there's more than one Dave and Buster's in Buffalo.
There might be more. It's Buffalo, bro. It's a big city.
I doubt there's more than. Do you think there's more than one Dave and Buster's in like a medium-sized city?
Yeah, you're right.
The
It
fuck?
is like a Top Golf.
Yeah, it's like why would there be two Top Golfs in Austin? That'd be crazy.
In Austin, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a big city.
Yeah, that's a bigger city than Buffalo.
Way bigger than Buffalo.
I can't imagine Buffalo's two Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Without even looking.
No, there's no way. I'm gonna agree with you. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way.
No way.
But bro, so we went out to D&B's.
Mm-hmm.
We get fucking sloshed.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
get hammered, having so much fun. The next day, I wake up and I have a basketball in my hotel room. And I'm like, the fuck? It's like a nice ball. like a really nice one. And so I go in the lobby and I see Shane and the driver and everybody, right? And they're like, Poston, the fuck did you get a ball from?
Yeah.
And I go, what? And they go, bro, you stole that ball. And they're like, I was like, no. And they're like, dude, Derek, you had to steal the ball from the game. You were playing the game the whole night.
Yeah.
I'm hammered, just fucking playing the game. Like, you had to. And I was like, no, bro, this is a gift. There's no way. They must have given it to me, right? And then the driver, I look over, the driver just goes, it's a black dude. He's like, you stole it, dog. I was like, what? He goes, I watched you. He goes, you weren't trying to hide it. You were literally dribbling it out. So that means the staff, I feel so bad. The staff was like, do we stop him? I get it though. If I'm on the staff, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Take it.
Who cares? Take the ball.
Take the ball, dude. You all rented out. Also, you're with Shane. Y'all rented out the place.
Yeah.
Whatever. Take the fucking ball. But I was like, damn, bro, I'm a monster. I didn't even consider, because they're like drunk me. It's not like I blacked out. Like, I didn't do anything. But I don't remember leaving with a ball. I remember eating nuggies. I remember eating like
You kept the ball.
Timmy's.
Did you keep the ball?
It's at Shane's house. I literally, when we went back, we got in the pool, and then I left it there, forgot it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's just there. It's a nice ball, has the Bulls on it.
That's so funny.
It's like, that's how you know. It's like, oh, bro, it's not like I'm a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
If it was like a Grizzlies ball, it's like, no, Derek, you saw that and you stole it.
Yeah.
Why did I steal the Bulls ball? Zero affiliation. Don't give a fuck. Bro, when the driver was like, his face was like, nah, brother. I watched it all go down. Because he was with us. He was with us the night before. You know, he was driving us everywhere. Bro, that shit was so funny. But that was one of the best. The back-to-back WrestleMania and that, oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It was insane. But doing the round, man, what a feeling.
Did you sort of figure it out?
Show 2 was way better.
Yeah.
Show 2 was locked in. It was also interesting just even with 20,000 people in a room, which is crazy because we did Albany the day before. I think it was 18 or whatever. And when you're in a round like that, it's funny how the Albany show, they were more ruckus, and the Buffalo show, they were more like attentive.
Yeah.
Both were incredible.
Yeah.
But it was like, wow, even with this many people.
The crowd's still different,
like as if you're doing Little Boy 2 shows, and you're like, oh, the other one, they were a little more rowdy. This one, they were a little more like just listening to each joke.
Right.
And like trying to hear every word.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those like more comedy nerd vibes.
Right.
Because the Buffalo show was great. You tell us like, oh, this is a great comedy city. Like they got every joke. They were with it. But the Albany place was like great for like, oh, this is just a wild, drunk bunch of psychopaths.
Right.
You know, you live in Albany. You're like, I'm going to Shane's show.
And I'm getting fucked up.
I'm getting fucked up. And I'm cheering. Like, you know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, okay. It's different, just different energy. But both can be fun. You've done, you know, where you're like, oh, I like the ruckus one or I like the more attentive one.
Right.
But doing the round, bro, man, and I text you about it. I've done a bunch of arenas. I've done literal countless arenas. I don't know how many arenas I've done with Schultz. But Schultz, he likes to face the crowd. He likes one direction. He doesn't want to do the round. Shane does the round, and it's like
Wasn't Schultz Harry Styles?
He's fucking Harry Styles.
Yeah, he likes one direction. Come on. Hey, fuck you. Yeah.
What are
fuck you, listener.
One Direction?
Yeah.
Andrew? More money. Make more money. No, but I get it, but Schultz likes to put on like the screens and like
right.
He likes to use the room.
The stage.
He likes to use it. Where where you're doing the round, you're just like you're basically saying fill it up.
Right.
Fill it up. We're gonna be in a little circle. Fill it up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's not much There's not much left for extra
like production
things.
value.
Production
and
things.
Yeah,
it's just, you're not leaving a lot of room for it.
The pre-show for Schultz, it's like there's a video. There's
like a
a thing,
concert.
It's like yes.
It's like you're truly going to an actual like you're going to see the Stones. Like you're like, oh, I'm going to see like a show.
Right.
You know, that's what I mean. I love that. I'm a little more of a showman. Like when I think of myself headlining those kind of venues, I probably would lean a little more showman.
Okay.
And fun, exciting things and all that. Because it just makes the show. People, it's so cool. But then again, the Shane thing in the round is different because there's 20,000 people crammed into a thing.
And
that
then,
energy is electric.
Yeah.
It's electric, dude. They're both, you can't miss. They're fucking arena shows.
Right.
You can't miss. But doing the round the first time, I texted him, I was like, man, it was hard. Just because even though you've done arenas before, it's hard. It's like, damn, am I spinning too much? Am I not spinning enough?
Do people change directions when they spin on stage?
I did it the second. I remember you asked me that the first night.
Yeah.
So the first night I told him, I was like, I had a good set. I know I had a good set, but I didn't like my set because I was just, instead of focusing on my set and being in the moment and being present, I'm like, did I do this punchline facing this way?
Right.
Do I face this way? Ooh, I did a punchline a second ago and I was facing this way. I should probably face, like just shit that you shouldn't be thinking about.
Right.
You should be locked into your set.
Right.
But when you've never experienced something, you can't control the thoughts. That's what's happening in my brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas the second night, I was way more in control. And literally at one point, I was enough in control that I stopped going one way and just went back the other way just cause.
Right.
Just cause.
Right.
Literally just because I remembered you asked me that, and it came in my thought while I'm on stage in front of 90,000 people at Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, damn, Ehsan said, did anyone go backwards? And I was like, I'm going to do that right now. Literally while I'm doing my joke.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it made the punch. I was like, ooh, that kind of made it hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ooh, I kind of broke the rhythm up a little bit.
Right.
And but now I'm like, oh my God, I'd love to do the round so many more times so I can really get comfortable in it. Because I'm very comfortable in an arena. If you give me an arena facing one way, I've done it.
Right.
You're not going to scare me. I've done it. The only thing that would probably shock me now is a football field. Or a baseball stadium.
Right.
Because it would just be something that
like stadiums is the next.
That's the only thing that's gonna surprise me.
Right.
Where I'm like, damn, bro, I've never done this. You know what I'm saying? But arenas, oh, bro, I've done, and not only arenas, I've done arenas around the world. So I'm full confidence in arenas. But the round was like, man, bro, I can't wait for you to try that because it's and see what I mean of like,
Well,
ooh, that was a different thing.
I'm excited. Well, by the time this comes out, I will have done my first arena. I got
will
my
have
first
done it.
arena is this weekend.
I know. I was supposed to be there with you. I had to cancel.
Yeah, stupid baby.
Don't say that about my daughter.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Where are you going?
Anaheim Honda Center with Hinchcliffe.
With Tony Hinchcliffe.
With the Hinchcliffe. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and you guys are doing another venue too, right?
Yeah, we're doing Resort World in Vegas the day.
Oh,
after.
that's huge too.
Yeah, that's massive.
And back to Vegas.
Yeah, and back to Vegas, and then the week after I'm in Vegas again with Duncan.
Fire.
Yeah.
And aren't you at the store too? You're at the comedy store, aren't you? You said you're gonna be in the Improv.
I'm doing at the lab at the Improv on Thursday, and then comedy store or whatever. I imagine some point in the belly room Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna
I'm
be
excited for
good.
your first arena because you're just
Yeah,
you're busting that cherry.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm sort of like nervous.
Yeah, how do you give me your feels? Talk to me.
I'm nervous because I have an idea of the set I'm gonna do, but I don't know. Everything's timed out.
Pacing's way different.
Yeah, everything's timed out for. So the largest I've done is with these Tony shows. It'll be like 4,000 people,
Yeah, which is insane.
which is an insane amount of people. But the arena show is gonna be way more.
Yes.
And then Resort World, like let's say I wasn't doing the arena on Friday, Resort World will still be the largest stage I'll ever done.
So you're doing two of your biggest rooms ever.
I'm doing my two biggest rooms
But
ever.
a Resorts World, you've done it before. Even though you haven't done that room or that maybe that size, you've done that
I've done that
before.
vibe before.
You've done that vibe before.
Yeah.
But the arena's an arena. It's just like, oh, this is
Right.
a fucking arena, and the sound is different, and the ceiling is different, and
So
the amount of people you're playing. Now you're playing. You ain't like you playing to an arena, nigga. It's different.
Right. So I have what I believe will be. I know for a fact what my beginning is gonna be, and I have 3 different endings in my mind based on how much time it takes to do the beginning. Because I know how much the beginning takes to do in a theater and in a club, obviously.
Yeah.
But I have no idea how slow I'll have to go in an arena, which I imagine is slower than you have to go in a theater.
Yeah,
which
and
is
it'll be your
pretty
first
slow.
one, so it's gonna be hard to.
Yeah,
Because
it's
your
gonna be-
adrenaline is gonna be spiked.
Yeah. So but I have a solid game plan versus like, well, if the opening bits take 8 minutes, this is what I'm close with. If the opening bits take 11 minutes, this is what I'm close with. If the opening bits take
6 minutes.
6 minutes, this is what I'm gonna do. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Good.
I'm very aware.
No, you're good. You're gonna be fine. And also, you know what you're gonna want though? Just like I told him, I was like, oh man, thank God we had the next. You're gonna wish you had another arena show right after it,
Just so I can like.
because you're gonna be like, oh, this is how I would have played it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is how I felt.
Yes.
Second arena show in Buffalo of
Right.
like,
This is how I'm supposed
I
to.
told
play.
you because I was like, oh, it's great, but I'm just in my head about this, that, and I wish I'm glad there's another show. I was like, I literally at first, usually when you have one show a night, there's nothing better.
Right.
There's nothing beats the one show nights. But it's crazy on a venue like that. I told him, I was like, man, tonight, because earlier we were literally like, oh, just one 8 p.m. show, then the boys can hang, it's fun. After the show, immediately the first show in Albany, I was like, damn, I wish there was another show right now, because I want to get this done.
Right.
I want to get all the things right in my head right now.
Right.
I don't have to wait till tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But damn, bro, that shit was fire, nigga. That shit was unreal. Unreal. Hanging with DeRosa and Tommy Pope, they fucking killed. And it was cool because they've done it before, so you can see their pacing and their cadence was just way more controlled.
Right.
than
You
I
felt
felt
you
I
were
felt
like
I
a
was a
little
little
bumper
sporadic.
carry and like
I felt I was hitting the walls,
Mhm.
and then I watched them. They're like, oh man, But the second night, I felt like, all right, now I'm in the I'm in
Right.
the lanes, But it was cool, man. That shit was crazy. Hearing people laugh behind you is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's scary.
Oh, dude, it was insane. The energy is it's insane to have that much energy focused on you. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's just like, damn, how do these guys do this in like NBA playoff situations?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, because they're in the round, but they're not even around like this because the floor is at least
A rectangle.
a rectangle or a circle, whatever the
Right.
fuck. This
Right.
is, bro, they right up on you.
Just anything, just like any sport. Like, damn, dude, bro, you have to try to hit a fastball with like a stadium behind you. It's hard.
Behind you, in front of you,
Yeah.
sides, everything. Like being surrounded is like crazy.
Yeah.
And then you put that, like you said, now it's just a little itty bitty circle,
Right.
and everyone is around you. Fucking nuts.
Crazy.
Bro, it was fire. That was that was one of the more cooler experiences. Shout out to the big dog.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And he also changed my life monetarily, so thank you.
Yeah.
And he monetarily completely changed my life, so thank you very much. That's the most money. It's the most money I've ever made doing comedy my whole life.
That's crazy.
Crazy. 2 days, most money I've ever made. You know what I mean? In one
Right.
weekend.
Right.
You know, so it's like, holy fuck. Unreal. Like just everything because now we good on money. The boys, we eating, we all right, we living, doing comedy. But you know, you gotta still be an adult and reasonable and make sure we keep working. Can't miss work.
Right.
Yada yada.
Right.
This set it up like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
We can breathe, baby.
Yeah. You can now have this baby and not worry about.
Not even worry about it. Not, like if I wanted to have this baby, it's on to take a month off. A month. I'm talking about where me and Sam don't do anything for a month. Fine.
Awesome.
Absolutely fine. That's how much that nigga pay too well. You know what I mean? But I do hate because Tony also pays really well, so I really hate that I'm missing this weekend.
Yeah.
This fucking baby.
Yeah.
This fucking baby. No.
It's very cool to imagine how stimulating it must be to do this thing that you do all the time, which is stand-up comedy on a stage, but then to like be tuned into your body for the first time in like a new way.
It was. Yes. Very, very aware of my body, which is cool because you're right. Because normally I'm just a free-flowing little gay bunny on stage. I'm just a free-flowing gay bunny spirit.
Right.
So it was crazy to be like, oh, we're not just a free-flowing gay bunny spirit.
We have to pay attention.
We have to pay attention. We have to, what are we doing? What is this? What is that?
Right.
Every movement, it felt like the first time doing it. But it's exciting. It's so exciting. Nothing better than when you're doing stand-up and you feel like that first time, that adrenaline of the first time of like, whoa, I've never done this.
Right.
Just something you've never done. You're going to be about to experience it on Friday, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, which is amazing. It's because you're going to feel it. That feeling of just like, whoo, this is the most people times 5.
Right.
This is the most people I've ever done times like 5. You know?
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
You know? So that's just, yeah, I'm excited for you, dog. Arena actus on.
We're
boys.
We're a couple arena boys. We're doing it.
Just opening for people. Look at us.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do any work for this.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of the best situation.
Didn't sell a single ticket.
Yeah. I get to experience this based on other people's hard work.
And get a crazy lump sum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah, you know what's funny? Because we do this for a living. I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to some girl comedian, and she was saying how like, oh, about to have a baby, yada yada, and she was like, oh man, you know, well, you ain't gonna be able to go out as much anymore. You're not gonna be able to go like do as many shows and all this stuff. And I was like, well, why would you think that? She's like, what, are you gonna be a bad dad? You're gonna have a baby, like you're gonna clearly not be able to do as much stand up. And I go, but I do stand up that's how I make my money. And she was like, well, yeah, but you won't be able to do. And I was like, no. I was like, do you think when regular, like people with just any job have a kid, well, you're not gonna be able to go to work anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you think's happening in the world?
Yeah.
That was just like, I was like, that thought has been running in my head. Like, wait, what do you think everyone else on earth is doing?
Yeah. Some mothers have to give birth and be back at work a week after.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is America. We don't give time off for babies.
I have the best situation.
Yeah.
I don't have a real job.
Yeah.
I get the trade-off of that is I have to leave. Like, there's gonna be weekends. There's gonna be things I miss. I'm understanding of that because but this is also what I do for a living. It's not like there's.
Yeah, it's how I provide for my kids.
So I'm gonna make the choice, just like any other dad. Like, what do you think I'm every other? You think a nigga driving a truck right now? He's got to go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably like to be with his kids. I'm sure there's gonna be weekends I'm gonna be in Buffalo or somewhere, and I'm gonna be like, damn, I really wish I was with my daughter right now. If I'm being honest, that's what I really want. But you know, life.
Yeah. I have to put food on her table.
The fuck?
I want to send her to a good school. I want to
go to college one day.
Yeah.
I want her to just be able to do things. I want family vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fuck? But that just blew my mind of like, what do you think every man on earth is doing who like is like there with the kid? Like, what? You think he's just at home all day?
Yeah.
Like, I get, but you're like, oh, he's in the same city. Yeah, but what do you think he's doing all day? You think he's with the kid? What the fuck do you think's going on?
That's crazy. It sounds like a young person you're talking to.
No, it wasn't. Somebody
Really?
my age.
That's crazy.
But the kind of woman, it was interesting. It was the kind of woman where you're like, I don't want kids.
Right.
Love's not real kind of woman.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
A whore. No, she was actually a really nice and fun person. And good comic too. But that's been stuck in my head because that argument of I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
That's insane. Why would I do less shows? This is what you like. What do I? Back to the mines. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Right.
Do you think I'm not getting paid? Also, it's like, what do you think you think I'm doing this for free? What do you think's happening out here?
Just to hang out.
Yeah, what the fuck? I did that. We did that. And I do it for free again, and we do it for free all the time. But like, no, we get paid to do this too.
Right.
And that's how we provide. So I just thought that's been rattling in my head.
Wild.
Of like, What do some women like? Not women, but just some people think like life is.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell it's just very like, oh wow, you haven't even thought of this from the perspective of anybody who has anybody with a job at all.
Right.
Because I keep saying a regular job. It's like, no, it's still, even stand up, it's a job. It's just a job. Just like it's an awesome job. It's the best job of all time for sure. And I love doing it and I would do it for free, but it is a job. You know, I feel like that's where a lot of young comics fuck up. You know, because I think you hit a point. You tell me if I'm wrong. I think you hit a point when you're like 2-3 years in. I think everyone, 2-3 years in, where you realize, okay, this has been a lot of fun. And everyone's been allowing me to have fun because I'm a brand new comic. Right. But at 2 to 3 years in, you start seeing people make moves and make decisions and start like
making money,
or even just going for the idea of making money.
Right.
And it hits you like, oh, do I want this to be my job or do I just want to do this and have fun? Because you also see what's in front of you. You see people who do it for real, who make money, who it's a job. Even the best comedians in the world, like the Shanes, the Chappelles, it's a job.
Right.
It's a job. They had to decide, no, I want this to be my job.
Right.
I want to make money doing this. And then there's a bunch of people who they know, who we all know, who've been doing it a long time, who don't do it for a living. They still do it as a hobby and it's fun and all that. But I feel like when you hit year 2, 3, because before year 2, 3, you're kind of just having fun.
Yeah. You have to make a decision.
But do you feel that around that time is when every comic starts hitting like the...
I don't know. Maybe that might be a little young even.
I think 2 or 3 is when you hit... At least it's now... I'll say this. Maybe it's in your mind now of like,
right.
Oh, there's people who do this for a living and there's people who don't.
Right.
Because year 1, 2, I think you're truly having fun. And as you should be.
Yeah. It's very rare that you're making career decisions at year 1, 2. You're still figuring out how to do it.
And you should just enjoy the art.
Right.
You should enjoy being out every night, being around other comedians, watching all the famous comedians, watching the not fit, watching everything. Like those first few years, the idea of doing anything for my career was like, what are we talking? I'm so excited. I'm just doing this.
Right.
And then I think you hit year 3 and you're still that feeling, but a little bit in you is like, so there's some people who do this for real and there's some people who don't. Interesting.
Yeah. There is like it's very fun because like, you know, especially when you're at like a Black Rabbit or a place like this and you see all the young comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been doing it a little longer than like the 2-3 years, but it is interesting to be like, all right, like some of you are making a decision, like this is gonna be your thing.
And you see some people making it. You see some people start making decisions, be like, no, I'm gonna figure out like how to make this career. I'm gonna start doing more sketches. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start giving people tags. I'm gonna start being at every show. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get cool with all the comics who are coming up. Like even though you're like, oh, that's like no, it's like that's what you got to do. Network is a part of like that's real. Getting cool with people is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people do like oh man, in New York, you don't have to do all that. It's like, yes, you do. You think all those people, all those famous comics in New York aren't friends? Like, they're friends.
Right.
That's how it works. Oh, because a lot of people like to bring up like, oh, Patrice, like, oh man, I wish there was a comic like Patrice O'Neal to still these days to keep it real with all the other comics. Hey, that guy had friends.
Right.
That guy had a group.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you better find a group. Because all these niggas out here preaching like, oh, I'm a solo, yada, yada. No, you better find a group. You're going to find a group, bro. You're going to find even a nigga like that gay-ass Jeselnik. He has a group. Don't let it, I'm a lone wolf. I like to be a comedy. I got into comedy to be alone. That nigga has a group of friends.
Yeah.
You better find somebody you get along with in this bitch. If you're going to actually climb up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there are exceptions to the rule. But even like a Dane Cook, because he's kind of out of it, right?
Right.
But he still has his group of people that he's with.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does.
And he had a group coming up.
He had a group coming up. Now, it's up to you whether you stay friends or just stay a cool person with everybody. But that guy fucking wasn't a cool person. And I'm not saying that because of guests. No, that nigga, if you meet him, he sucks. Dan Cook sucks. That nigga was a trash person.
Incredibly rude.
Yeah, exactly. You were there.
Yeah,
bro. You said, you rude. If I park your car, you don't speak to me. You're a rude piece of shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I'm the one handling your car in the parking lot and you don't speak to me, I don't give a fuck where we working at the Comedy Store or we working at a fucking hotel, like anywhere.
Right.
Niggas, you better speak. You're a human being. Just say hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm asking. I ain't saying you got to sit there and chum it up with me like how some people do. You know, but no, fuck that. But
because it's like it's sort of like if you treat me, you must treat everyone who works at a place you're at as nothing.
Yes.
It's not just me. Like you're probably like this with servers. You're probably like this. Yeah.
This is how you are in life. That's why why I don't think you have a friend group. I think it's a microcosm of bigger problems.
Right. Right. That's
what happens in the regular season will happen in the playoffs.
Yes. That's why treating wait staff is such a big red flag if they treat them poorly because it's like ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Wait staff, like you said, valets, concierge people, with like the people at the hotel desk or whatever. You know, just how you treat anybody. Steward, flight attendants,
Right.
anything like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a sign of like who you really are. But yeah, bro, young comics coming up. If you out here thinking you've been to be a lone wolf, it's a awful road.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an awful road for you, dog. You're gonna make it harder on yourself too. Like and not to like getting things because your friends blow up. No, I'm talking about just make it hard. Like it's hard to do alone. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, you go together, bro. And that's from Mufasa, the prequel to The Lion King. And if they can get it right in that dog shit movie, if they can leave me with something to remember and live my life by, well then that's okay.
Yeah.
That line is fire. That is a great line though. You want to go fast? You ever heard that, Val? You want to go fast, go alone? You want to go far, go together?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's perfect.
It's a great line.
And I feel like comedy is very much that.
Yes.
It's very much that.
It's because it's also like in the same vein for me as like I'll tell you who you are if you show me your friends.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's huge.
100%. That's a real one.
Huge. That's huge. Yeah, I've said that before. Someone had asked me like about Iman, my sister, and I was like, I always like her friends, so I feel like she's fine.
No, Iman's a smart girl.
Yeah. But it's also like if her friends were a piece of shit, I'd be like, all right, what's happening here?
What's going on here?
Yeah. I've never truly had to like worry about her.
Great. Yeah, if they'd have been at the Comedy Store and her friends would have been like heckling and drunk as fuck and got kicked out, it would have been like
they were polite doctors.
Yeah. No, agree. Yeah. But I'm saying if they would have been like that, it would have made you leave going, who the fuck you hanging with?
Yeah.
Like what are these people getting kicked out of a building? Yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But she's a smart girl. So me and Sam were talking about how crazy that she's grown now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Fucking insane. We known her since she was a kid.
Yeah, it's weird. So, like my mom had sent a picture. They had just taken a family picture together. Just there was like Iman was home, and then she just sent me a picture of all three of them, and I was like, oh wow, she's an adult.
Grown woman.
Yeah, that's like
100% grown.
That's an adult person.
Grown adult person with their own opinions and political views.
Yeah.
And I disagree. And Iman, I don't like the stance you're taking. But that shit's crazy, bro. How grown she is. That shit's nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you knew her as like a little kid. Yeah.
Sam too.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Sam's like, yeah, I've known her since she was a kid. She was a kid when I met her. And I was like, I know, right? The fuck? The fuck, Val? You don't even understand, dude. You don't even get it.
I mean, Thomas and I, we've been together for so long that like that's how he views my brother. You know, he met my brother when my brother was under the age of 10, and now he's 14. So it's like, and you know, he joins the Discord and like talks shit with Thomas's friends, and so Thomas is like, yeah, he's not like a little kid anymore. It's different.
Yeah. It's like he's almost a person.
Yeah, he's almost a person.
He's almost a person. My sister's like a person. My sister's an adult.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm really trying to like, the first couple weeks when the baby gets here to truly just nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Because it's like, man, you'll never get that back.
Yeah, that's true.
The first 2 weeks. Like, because I'm going in, I'm aware that I'm going to miss shit. You know what I'm saying? And they grow up fast and all that. But it's like, bro, I at least want those first weeks. Let me have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't get it back.
Yeah.
That shit's over. Because then it's crazy how fast, because Sam started talking to Melissa, another friend of ours who just had a baby. And I was talking to Mark Gagnon, another friend of ours who just had a baby. And he was like, yeah, bro, that shit, like, they come out and they're this little thing. They can't do anything. And then out of nowhere, one day you'll look at them and they'll like grab something. And you're like, and they don't go back. They don't go back to that point where they weren't doing nothing.
Right.
Does that make, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they grab stuff.
Right.
Cut to now they chew stuff. Cut to now they are trying to get up. Cut to now they like, you know what I'm saying? Like It just keeps going. It just keeps going.
Right.
So it's like that's why I'm like, man, I don't want to miss even because I don't want to miss the beginning when they can't do, when it's just like, wow, you just came out.
Right.
This is what you're like. Annoying as no, just a pain in the ass. No,
right.
But that feeling of like, damn, because then she'll start doing shit and it's over with. And then you look up and she's going to college.
Right.
So it's like, damn, I wanna be there and always have those first couple weeks memories of like, and I can't wait till you have a kid on the pod. and then we can go through this from your side.
We're still far away from that, I think.
No, we're a couple weeks.
No, we're still far away from that.
No, a couple weeks you'll have somebody pregnant. Dude. If I know you, picture Cat Williams looking at you like, nigga, you might.
Yeah.
You know. Is this a game for Ehsan?
Yeah.
What's the
Oh,
game?
Val had a game for you.
Okay.
This is just for you. I get to just watch and enjoy, which is nice.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Wait, are we starting the podcast? Have we started?
Yeah, this is us starting the podcast.
Okay. Welcome to the Solid Show, guys.
Yeah. The type of girl. What is my type of girl?
Yeah, we gotta set you on the
We
right
gotta,
path.
because it's crazy that this naturally came up, and this was the thing that me and Val,
Yeah.
that Val suggested, and I was like, yes, let's do this.
Okay.
So let's
All right, Ehsan, it's date night. Let me read it, and then you answer.
Okay.
It's date night. What are you doing for dinner? She's making, these are the 4 options. She's making something with a meal plan she made for the week. We're trying a new restaurant that just opened up in town. No idea. We'll probably just order takeout when we start to get hungry. We're making a healthy meal together.
Damn.
Which one do you like, Ehsan?
That's such a hard question because all those are correct.
All those are correct.
Depending on
What
what
mood
the
you're in.
situation is. Yeah.
But it's date night. That's
It's
the
date night, but
situation.
it's date night. That's so you know the situation, at least some of the situation. So and let's go with how you feel today.
Okay.
It's date night tonight.
We're trying a new restaurant that opened up in town.
That's the mood we're in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next one. What sounds like the perfect accommodations for your next vacation? A rental house with a porch, pool, and a gym. A hotel that's in the center of everything. An RV with a built-in shower. A quaint
Stuff like
apartment
that.
with an amazing view.
Next vacation, give me a hotel that's in the center of everything.
Ooh, my boy's a little city boy.
Yes.
What's the most important trait that you look for in a woman? Passion, enthusiasm,
Ooh.
grit, or a sweet wet pussy? Wait, sorry, that says patience. That's on me. That says patience.
Ooh. Right now, I'm stuck between enthusiasm and patience.
God, I was hoping you were gonna say grit.
Grit. Yeah,
I was like, who the fuck?
It needs grit. I don't. Maybe if I lived in the Wild West, I would use grit.
Yeah. If it was a Call of the Wild situation, if you were fucking.
You know what? I think I'm plenty patient enough. I think enthusiasm.
Yeah, you're passionate too.
Yeah, I'm passionate. Enthusiasm
You do lack
sometimes.
enthusiasm sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that what you would want today? This is also going off today.
Yeah, I would go. So if you're trying to be like, well, what would compliment me the most? I'm a black cat, so golden retriever.
Love
Right,
it.
enthusiasm.
Which is why we've been married for so long.
Yes.
Pick a pet.
Mhm.
Cats, they're active when they want to be, but know how to chill out. Fish, they're pretty self-sufficient and get to explore their surroundings all day. Dogs, they're always looking out for the members of their pack. And birds, they're so vocal and free-spirited. Which pet would you pick with your date?
Right, like, okay. So this is like if I would have to live with this or the idea of this
No,
pet.
you're living with this woman and you are now picking a pet. What do you think? And not just you got to consider her too.
Yeah, I know. So it's like because I've never had a pet, so I'm pretty amenable to like if they want a dog, but they've had to have had a dog before.
Know how to train it.
Yeah.
Teach me how to train it.
We're both not figuring out a new pet together, right?
Unless it's fish.
Unless it's
Which
fish.
we
And
can
so
easily figure
in
it
my
out.
mind, I've lived with cats, I've lived with dogs, my cousins have birds. I'm not a
The
bet.
fuck what's a bird in the house?
Yeah, I think I would have to go fish if it's me making the choice, because I know I can't do cats or dogs, so I don't know how to. I've never had one really.
And a nice aquarium in the house sounds nice.
Yeah, it adds a vibe. So I'll pick fish, but I'm pretty amenable to like if they've had a cat before and they want a cat, I'd be like, okay.
I think this also is like, how much do you expect your partner to travel with you, if any? Because
I mean,
that
not
also
to my
depends.
work. You know, I'd imagine they wouldn't be traveling with me to like shows and shit all the time. So it's like,
But it would be happening. If it's your wife, it's not being your wife. But this is just a girl. This is just a
Yeah.
date. But you guys clearly live together. This is a serious
right?
relationship.
This is a serious relationship. We're
Picking
talking
a
about
pet.
we're talking about the girls that I like. So it's like but this is not even about this is about my personal preference right now.
Yeah, so fish.
I would go fish. Just because I don't.
Okay.
I definitely can't commit to a dog.
You just won 3 zeros. So you won, but let's say 1,000.
Okay.
You just won $1,000. What are you going to spend it on? A, not sure. I'll see where the day takes me. B, a weekend getaway for me and my pals. C, I'm going to spend it on a big ticket item I've had my eye on. Or D, I'm going to save it for a rainy day.
Not sure. I'll see where the day takes me.
What's your favorite type of weather? I love bright sunny days that I can spend outside. I love stormy days. They're so moody and inspirational. I love snowy days when I can warm up with hot chocolate. I love any kind of weather as long as I can be with friends.
Oh well, the last one's gay.
Last one's the gayest
last
thing
one's
of
gay.
all time.
You know what's so funny? I was telling someone about this earlier. Is that I like overcast days that aren't rainy. Those are fun. But so between the three, it's definitely the bright sunny days.
Man, I love a snowy day, but I understand.
Yeah.
Because if what do I want the most is a bright sunny day. What do you think a person should prioritize in life? Now, this has to do with the girl. Their passions, their goals, their health, their social life. Now, in your partner, what are you looking for here?
Their passions and their goals are interesting.
Health is important too. I like that one.
But I'm saying the passions and their goals seems pretty similar.
Passion, yeah, because their social life I also like. That is important.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody who doesn't have a social life. These are all four important, honestly.
Yeah, these all four are really important. This was hard. I think I'm gonna go health just because I want to have kids. So someone who prioritizes their health means that we're gonna be around longer for their kids. But like, these are all like.
You want all four of these.
Yeah, these are all like, if someone was not passionate about anything, I'd be like, I don't know.
If someone didn't have a social life.
Yeah, I can't do no social life. Because then you're going to want to come to me with all these shitty shows all the time. It's like, I don't need that around.
Not all the time. I mean, sometimes. Not all the time,
yeah. Yeah, no, come to, like, never come to my show is also a huge issue. But
I need a middle ground.
Yeah, I need a middle ground, but like no social life. Like also you should have your own friends. You should.
That way you can, like, she's like, hey, me and all my friends are doing this. I want you to come. You have to be like,
okay.
I gotta go to some of your things.
I gotta go to some of your things. It adds more of the like.
But you gotta have some things.
You gotta have some things. But damn, this is hard.
Are we going with health?
I liked your first answer, health.
I'm gonna go with health, just because there's a long-term play here.
I think health
literally
eats into all these other things. Like it's a very overarching.
Yeah.
If you're healthy, your goals,
you probably have a
passions,
social life. Yeah. Healthy inside, healthy outside.
But I like the idea of if you have one of these, you have none of the others.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the person more interesting.
But I'm gonna say health. Yeah.
All right. What type of car can you picture your girlfriend driving? This is a great one. Something stylish, like a sports car. Something with great gas mileage, like a hybrid. Something with character, like a pre-owned vehicle. Something with plenty of space, like a minivan.
Girlfriend, I own a girlfriend with a minivan is like, do you secretly have a husband? So we're gonna scratch that.
Wife is for minivan.
Wife is for minivan.
Because you were like, no, I want my wife in a minivan.
Yeah. Girlfriend in a minivan, it's like, what's going on?
What
here?
happened?
Yeah. Something with great gas mileage.
Yeah.
Give me a practical girlfriend, man.
Yeah.
I honestly, just to go back, I did like the something with character because it does show like, oh, you got like your own. You didn't just get something like a regular Prius. You got like a thing,
right?
Not like an expensive car, but you got a thing that like fits your personality.
Yes.
I would find that attractive.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I like practicality.
Who do you think should propose when it comes to marriage? I really want to be the one to propose. I think it would be cool if she did it. I think it would be funny if we both proposed at the same time. I love that one. Who cares? Marriage isn't a priority for me right now. Ugh.
First of all, why am I taking this quiz if marriage isn't something in my what?
Why are we talking about it?
Yeah, why are we talking about it? The funny if we propose at the same time is hilarious.
I mean, it's genuinely the greatest story of all time that you can tell people that you wouldn't believe it, but we proposed at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to be the one to propose. There's certain like things I want to propose. I want to take my last name. Yeah, I want to take my last name. I want to, yeah.
The kids to have your last name.
Yeah. There's certain.
Okay, what Friday night outfit are you most likely to wear? Something sporty, like bike shorts and moisture-wicking shirt, great. Something casual, like flannel shirt and jeans. Something stylish, like slacks and a polo shirt. Something comfortable, like a t-shirt and sweatpants.
If we're going out, you know me. I'm stylish. I like if we're doing something.
Black Turds t-shirt, Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's be stylish.
All right, I like that. Which emoji? Which emoji describes your ideal girlfriend? Smiling face with sunglasses. Smiling face with hearts. Partying face with emoji. Woman running emoji.
That's creepy as hell, actually. Woman running is
that describes her?
Yeah. Oh, definitely smiling with the hearts.
Smiling with the hearts?
Yeah, for sure.
All day. I don't want a cool girl. All right, and the final one. Pick a snack. Something I've never tried before. Orange slices. Yogurt with a granola. Tortilla chips flavored with a hint of lime.
That's a weird question.
Yeah, right.
Crazy. I don't know what this has to do with.
What a lineup of snacks. Huh?
These are the only snacks healthy girls have.
No, it is for. These are like what girls eat. I do get what it's saying.
Yeah. Tortilla chips flavored with lime.
You're a funny little guy, dude.
Yeah.
You're a fun guy. Let's see what we get here. What does this song get? Please be Scarlett Johansson. Your type of girl seems to be the life of the party.
What do my results mean?
She's outgoing, warm, endlessly fun. You love it when women stay close to where all the excitement is. we're not just talking about college-style parties either. This type of woman is a social butterfly wherever she goes, and you admire how other people seem to flock around her and strike up a conversation like
Damn.
yourself. While it's totally fine to have specific dating preferences, keep in mind that types aren't everything. You can still forge a deep, profound, and fulfilling bond with someone who's not a perfect match.
Well, thank you.
Keep an open mind. You never know where the path of romance will
Well,
lead
thank you, WikiHow, for saying that I'm not stuck to your 12th question quiz. I appreciate that. But go up. I have thought about that because it says like yourself. I'm not really a social butterfly.
No, but it seems like that's what you want. You want someone.
I do want, like I said, I'm a black cat. I would like a golden retriever. A social butterfly. I've thought this before. A social butterfly
is what you need.
Is what I need.
Get you out of your comfort zone someday. You're gonna have to go do stuff with her.
I think a social butterfly would compliment me in a way that would be good. But yeah, I was definitely like social. In my mind, I was like social butterfly. I think another introvert would be too much.
Man, it's a lot of introversion.
Yeah, it's a lot of introversion. And also I think the two introvert thing I found has not worked for me.
I think you are somewhat of a social butterfly.
He is.
In that in social situations, you're thriving. Like, you're very aware of what you want out of it. And so you go and you seek that.
Kind of, but like...
I agree with that. You are. I mean, you got to understand what you do for a living compared to some people. You're more of a social butterfly than your average. You are above average of the social butterfly. Look how many friends you have. How much you're always out. You're always doing. Now I get it's work, but the work is social.
Right. But like, I'm not necessarily good at opening up conversations with new people.
Yes.
I have to be comfortable. If I'm comfortable with you, I can be very open.
Yes.
But this type of person is someone who's just like walks into a room and can be like, I can talk to people.
Oh, that's a good girl for you, dude.
Yeah, that's what I need in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna die alone. So this is all useless.
I mean, yeah, once you pick tortilla chips with lime, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, so it's
This guy's fucked. Oh, son, why'd you pick that one?
Yeah.
That's not good, dude.
Son, have you done like speed dating events or like?
I haven't done a speed dating event. I'd be open
I would
to
do
it.
speed dating with you.
I you know what's funny? There was an event that looked like speed dating that was happening at Sunset a while ago, but it ended up not being speed dating.
Yeah.
So I ended up not going. I would do that. I need to do it because I'll say this: the apps, at least in Austin, do not work for me at all.
Really?
I'm talking, bro. I will get about a match that's not with a bot.
Once a month.
No. I would say probably once every 3 months.
Whoa.
Damn.
I do not, tend to like.
Is your hair like this on it?
Both ways.
Whoa.
Hair regular, hair like this.
Clean cut us on?
Clean cut us on. I would say I get a match of once every 3 months. Maybe. I'm like this close to like, why am I even on Tinder?
Well, you come from a different age, baby. We get pussy in real life.
I mean, sure. But like.
Wait, isn't that how the women you do get with, you get them from real life or you get them from social media?
Some more social media.
Okay.
Yeah, less real life. In LA, the apps work for me fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, but in Austin, they absolutely do not work. It's crazy.
All of them too, huh?
All of them. Across the board, none of them work.
Can we get you on Raya?
Raya has waitlisted me.
We gotta get you on Raya. You shouldn't be. You should be. You're definitely successful enough to be on Raya.
I'm successful enough. I have
Followers.
I've had a bunch of people.
Requests.
You have like a referral system.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of people referred me. I've been on Rogan. You know what I mean? I've been on Kill Tony. It's like, I don't even know. I've sold out a show. Like, I don't know what it takes for me to get waitlisted off of Raya. I have almost 70,000 followers.
Yeah,
that's
insane. They won't let you fucking. That's insane.
Yeah, right. But like, apps do not work for me. They just don't.
That's crazy.
It's because I'll be on them because it's like I'm waiting.
You're single. I get
I'm
it.
single, so it's like, man, if I ever need a good kick in the nuts, just spend a little time on Tinder.
All right. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you for 1 second because something just caught my eye.
What?
About the quiz we just took. There's a comment that says, "It was a very thoughtful quiz and very encouraging, especially for lesbian people." Was it the snack question? Like, what question was she like? Now this is for lesbians.
Right.
That's an insane thing to write. Oh my God. Well,
I'm
We'll find you love, brother.
very curious. Oh, we won't.
Also, I think like
Don't say
it's
things
not
like that.
as common, at least in like my age group, it's not as common to like matchmake. Like I feel like that happens a lot in social groups where like you have one person who's like, I'm a really good matchmaker,
There's always
And
a friend who
so-
says things like that.
and so
We
I
don't
know.
have one that we don't have that person.
No, but I've heard people say that
Yeah, yeah.
in my whole life.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
what I'm
people say,
saying. I
I'm
feel
a
like it's
matchmaker.
not as common anymore, or maybe you need to find that friend who like.
The problem is all of our friends do comedy, and he knows that every single
Yeah.
person that any friend would match you up with is another comedian. So it's like that's the problem.
Sounds like you need a new hobby. Damn.
Ooh, she's right. If you did have a hobby, you would meet people who don't do comedy. Hence, you'd be in more situations to find.
And
someone.
Marvel Rivals, it's not really the hobby for the ladies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn,
but no,
that
I-
was spitting facts.
but
right
I
there.
go out. I like. It's not like I don't meet people. But you know what's also crazy is
No,
like,
but I get what she's saying. If you were in a kite group,
right.
if you were
right.
in a group, that I get what she's saying. Like
Right,
you have
right.
to, I'll give her that. There's some truth to that.
Right. But yeah.
Go fly
Yeah.
kites.
You know what the
Women love that.
You know what the problem is? A lot of these things, like I could do that. They happen at night. This is the issue. This is
No,
the
you need
issue.
a daytime hobby.
I need a daytime hobby, which doesn't
Yoga.
Huh?
Yoga's the one, and that's where the baddest bitches at. And when I was in there, I don't know how y'all weren't talking to every single woman. I was doing it. My wife was there. I couldn't help it. I was talking about stinky their pussies got.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, so good, super stank.
But there's also that's I have to figure out something, or I don't,
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
or I don't.
You just said a second ago you wanted a love,
Yeah, but it's like
and you wanted somebody you can poop with.
You know what's funny? My entire time in my life, I've wanted that, and here I am now. So it's like, yeah, maybe just let go of it.
Well, yeah, you gotta let go
Yeah,
for it to come to you.
yeah. So I'm at the point where like I'm getting close to like, okay, I've completely let go of this.
But
thought.
you gotta believe.
I think one thing is letting go, but also inviting like the situation, like still explore life, be more curious. On
I do a lot of
and
of
then
things.
that's gonna invite more people in different scenarios. I
Yeah,
feel.
but don't get me wrong. I do stuff. I do a lot. Like I go to like random shit all the time.
I
Like,
thought you said like I eat girls' pussy, they eat their butts.
yeah, that's so funny. No, but like I'll go to like I went to like a book club recently. I get to go to like I bought tickets for like one of those. I'm gonna take a day night off and go to. They have these ads for these candlelight concerts.
Yeah, I know, bro. I've been meaning to. Me and Sam, the one time we were gonna go, me and Sam, we had bought tickets. We were gonna go. Schultz booked a thing, and so I had to cancel.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to go to that since we moved here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a night off and go to that.
Oh, you gonna go by yourself?
Yeah, I do things like this by myself all the time. I don't get me wrong. I do stuff.
Yeah, but if you're gonna, I don't know if by yourself is the move. I think if you can go with a friend and like get other. Does that make sense? It probably encourage you more because if you're going by yourself and not talking to anybody, then that takes away the point of it.
But this is what I'm saying.
As far as meeting people, I'm not talking about the
Yeah.
experience. I'm talking, yes, and go experience things. But I'm saying if you're talking about meeting people, you have to do the thing. You have to talk to everyone.
Well, no, I go to these things. And I talk to people.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hot women.
I talk to women.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I've gotten numbers and shit.
I
but
know
it's
when you're
like-
just talking to the guys flying the kites.
Right. No. I talk to people, but it's like a lot of times it's like, well, there's this one girl I was talking to, and at the end we just ended up never meeting.
Was she hot?
She was hot, but like she was okay. But yeah, she was okay. She was, but it just ended up never.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I have let go of it. I'm in the process of letting go of it completely and just sort of accepting things as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what's like 32. It is, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're gonna find it.
Maybe.
I believe in you. Stop saying that.
Maybe.
Why are you saying that?
Maybe.
No, but the more open you are in general, then the infinite possibilities become accessible. So it's good that you're trying to let go because you're just making yourself open to life.
Listen to this drug addict.
Yeah, she's saying what she's saying. She's on my side on this.
And I'm saying, do you want to listen to this drug addict?
We're all looking for a Thomas. She's got a Thomas.
Dude, don't you want a Tommy?
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy boy?
Yeah, so maybe.
You got to stay open, baby. We got to keep that heart open, our penis open, our butthole open. Everything must remain open to all possibilities of life.
No. I think the right thing to do is to just let it all go. Because I've noticed like
But letting it all go is you have to stay open. You can't keep the heart must stay open. Must be open. You don't want it to close. Even if you're letting go, people let it. You don't let it close. We have to be open for things. You know, you have to be open for things to go wrong. Like you have to be open for
But
it.
I'm not saying that like I'm not open to it. But
Okay.
but if you're open to it, you're open to all possibilities.
Yes,
And that's why you're like you're gonna find it. It's like maybe.
I think you will.
I hope I will. But
I know you will.
it's you can know that, but I can
know
be
you
like
will.
maybe, because the all possibilities means there's
And
the possibility
she-
of it will happen.
Is going to be the ugliest woman you've ever seen. But goddamn, is she going to be good at cards?
Yeah.
And
but
she's going to be really, really sweet.
yeah, but that's the reality. It's like like being open means like you have to be open to all possibilities.
Mhm.
You have to, and part of that possibility is that it never happens.
That's not part of it.
That's part of it. That's
don't-
absolutely part of it. There are people like that all the time.
That part doesn't exist.
That part 100% exists.
Never would exist. Not for you.
Well, I'm
You're
glad
too
you feel
good.
that way.
You're too good for these streets, bro.
Yeah. According to Tinder, I can't even get on these streets. Try to get. Yeah. The fuck you talking about? I'm trying to be for the streets. The streets are like, oh, we're good.
That's great. The streets like, all good.
Yeah.
No, stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
We are good in the streets.
All right.
No, it's all good. What time? Wait, how long have we been potting?
An hour 40. Yeah, I think it's time.
Well, that's because you were bickering all in the beginning.
I wasn't. We were, first
You
of all,
were a little. Wasn't you, Val? Wasn't in the beginning of the pod today? Wasn't he a little bickerer?
No? What were we bickering about?
He wasn't a little bickering Becky?
No, I wasn't a bickering Becky.
Dude, I thought you were being a little bickering Becky
I
earlier.
was not being a bickering
I
Becky.
want the fans to know. Anybody who's a fan would be like, yeah, Simon was kind of being a little bickering Becky.
Well, now they're gonna say it because it's funny to say it. You stacked the deck against me.
I did not say that.
You absolutely.
You're being a
stacked
bickering
it. I'm
Becky.
not
Right now, you're being
well,
bickering
right
Becky.
now, I'm definitely being a bickering Becky. Right now, I'm 100% being a bickering Becky.
Yo, I wish that was your nickname so bad.
Bickering
I wish
Becky.
everyone called like Ehsan, bickering Becky. Come on. The crowd goes
Crowd
crazy.
goes crazy. Bicker.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're the goat. All right, I love you. Guys, enjoy this pod. Hope you had a good time. And enjoy next week. We have a fun special guest that means a lot to me and Ehsan. Hope you enjoy her as well.